Okay, calm down. Calm down. This is my tank. This is neglected. It's only been over a week, but I have come back off holiday. So I've been probably left the tank for about 3 weeks. My dad came over, he was feeding the fish for me when I was gone, and he'd, just before I got back, cleaned the glass for me, so it didn't look as bad when I returned, but the general maintenance bits that I would normally do in the sump were not done. So the glass has got really bad, and it looks really, I mean, both tanks look not very good. So I thought I'd use the opportunity to do this video today about my maintenance and how I keep the tanks as clean as you see them in my many posts. And I have noticed there's been a lot of problems rear their ugly faces in that period of time. I've had a really bad Aptasia outbreak, so I need to sort that out. I've got the first coral mortality from the par, which is what I'm guessing has caused it. If not the par, it might be the flame angel, because I've seen him picking at the sea fans. I'll get a bit of a closer shot on what's happened with them. It's good to show the ugly side, because we only tend to show the best side. So we're going to go through today my maintenance, how I go from this to this, and how I generally maintain my tanks. I only really tend to clean the glass once every 3 days and change the floss once a week, change the socks once a month, and top the RO up in here. So that's it, everything else is automated for me. Tend to keep it pretty simple. So it shouldn't take too long. And for all new reefers, you know, this is something you'll see quite often when you start off, is your tank gets in states like this if you don't keep up with it regularly. This was something I was regularly dealing with in the early days, from bacterial blooms and dinos and whatever else that happens from being inexperienced. So there's quite a few things, there's a few other little bits as well, but the main things we're going to do today is get the tank back to its clean, pristine shine, and we're going to deal with the Aptasia, and I'm going to go head over to Radical and pick up a filefish, which will be another video, but we'll see a bit of that today. So yeah, I'm not worried, shouldn't take too long. Bosh it off. So the first thing I want to start by doing is cleaning the inside of the glass. My old flipper has died. Yeah, so I'm using a different glass cleaner today, a D&D one. Similar design, but not my usual one. Hey, look at this. Ugh. There's a, what do you call them? A bristleworm in the cleaner. Okay. Friend or foe? I say friend. This is the tangs love this. And they're gonna eat your bristleworm, are they? Ooh, they're having a go at it. Midas is eating the bristleworm.
Don't eat it.
Oh, what's he doing? Trusty blade. I like to use the blade to really get in at the bottoms here, and then the corners. So I use the blade on the corners, the bottoms, and then the top here, just to really get rid of anything. And I tend to only ever use this once every 3-4 weeks, just when I can't remove the build-up from the bottom with the magnet cleaner. The problem is with the tangs here, they absolutely love the built up algae, so you'll notice they'll just follow it around now as we get this off. You'll see, almost spotted it. Look, he's in, they're in, they love it, they absolutely love it. The problem you have is with the magnet cleaner is that when you go in that close to the sand, you're at risk of getting sand in the magnet cleaner, and then obviously we know what sand and glass do when they come in close contact. So I like to use this because I can really control how close I get to the sand. You want to make sure you're watching the sides here as well. How many people say the tanks leak? It's probably them going in with the magnet cleaners at the seals. So be careful with that. I won't go any closer than this. As you can see, it's not touching it. I'll show you in a sec what I do to get into the corners. So I can't find my normal cleaning apparatus, but all you do, a bit of floss, tear a little bit of floss up, fold it up, put it over something like this. This is not what I normally use, but it'll work. If you just come in here, I'll show you how we clean the corners of the tank. So if you see here, so you get it into the corners, yeah, and just work it in. Like I said, you don't want to be going in the corners with your magnet cleaner because you are going to have problems then. We've cleaned the inside of the glass now, we've cleaned the corners, things are looking a lot better. Obviously there's quite a lot of cloudiness to the tank still just because of how much we've done with the glass, but now the finishing touches, which people don't realise, is the outside of your glass can cloud up as well from stuff in, just from people living in a home. So I clean this with a special solution and use the Karcher, which if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen my post, which Karcher decided to use on their page and not give me anything for it, which ended up getting millions and millions and millions of hits. So Karcher, I'm still using your product, but it was a bit of a dirty move that. So yeah, best way to clean the glass. Never had any issues with this. No streaks, nothing. As you can see, I'm tempted as well. Roberta, you're filming this video and you want a fan of the chromies. I kind of want a school. No, there's a no from you. I'm gonna let the tank settle. I'll change the socks when I get back as well. And then the tank will be fine for another 4 weeks. Just keep up with what I normally do. The fish are all really happy. Like I said, we did have the blue streak wrasse. What happened? Remember, you came in, you were in the kitchen. Well, you didn't know he was playing with it. You thought it was a leaf. I was sat on the sofa, so I didn't even notice it. And I heard you kind of like scream. What was it? We looked down. It was the blue streak wrasse, but it was covered in fur. I don't think it had been in the cat's mouth, although
I think he was watching it, wasn't he?
I think what's happened is he's jumped out here, gone behind the bucket, and he's pulled him through. He's pulled him out. So technically, Bart, you saved his life. You saved his life. So we put him back in, and it was scary because he was really, really dazed. He was like, he's spinning around and stuff, and we were like, he's not going to make it. I had to get him back out and get all the fur off him, and then he kind of went under this rock here, and I think it was an hour later we were out eating money. We put some fish eggs in and everyone started eating them. So yeah, the tank's cleaned again. I'm going to do the same thing with this tank, but I'm not going to film that. But we'll do the same thing. We'll come back, talk about the new fish, but let me just show you. Come here, look at the Aptasia. This is ridiculous. This was not like that before we went away. So we've got a massive, massive colony of Aptasia there, and at the back there, you can't really see it, but at the back we've got, I mean, that's huge back there. You just can't see it. If you come around a bit, you can't really see it. We're going to go with an Aptasia eating foulfish. The last time I had an Aptasia eating foulfish, it ate my scully. So I'm anxious, but I'm trusting that was just a dud. I'm not going to get a copper band, which is another option, because Homer will just kick his head in. He'd just be stressed, he won't eat, and he definitely won't touch the Aptasia. So copper band is a good option, but only if you can make sure it's eating well and he's not stressed. Hello. All right.
How are you, dude?
You all right?
Yeah, good time. How are you?
Hello, Stefan. How are you doing? Aquaman. Ooh, look at that beauty. Never mind. We're getting chromies. We're going to go for 5 chromies. So we've got a sample of goodies. See you soon. Bye. There's something about someone telling you not to do something. It just seems like a great idea to do it. I ended up getting 5 chromies. Roberta, for some reason, really doesn't like chromies. She just does not like chromies. So, yeah, she'll have to like them because you've got 5. I nearly got more than that actually, but yeah, we'll start with 5. See. And then we've got the filefish, so hopefully this guy sorts the Aptasia out. I'm thinking of probably, because I've got Aptasia in the sump, sticking him in the 3rd chamber of the sump and seeing how he takes the Aptasia there, because if we can encourage him to eat it, then hopefully when he goes into the main display he'll eat the Aptasia there, which seems like a logical plan. I'm back! Got some fishies.
What have you got?
I got 5 chromies.
No, you haven't.
I've got 5 chromies.
No.
Yes. Why not?
Greedy, ugly fish, no.
Filefish. Let's hope he does his job, eh? So I'm going to acclimatise these guys and finish up the video, and and we'll check in later this week to see how the filefish has done and if you have managed to fall in love with the chromies. You're going to name all 5 of them?
No. I'm not going to invest so much time into them just yet.
Poor chromies. My little chromies are in there, acclimatising. The filefish is in there as well, just keeping them at temperature. I'm going to get the chromies in first, and then I'm going to acclimatise the filefish and whack him in the sump, get him on the Aptasia in there, and then we'll get him in the main display. I'll do another video on the filefish. If I could show us a way to battle the Aptasia, I'd have gone with nudies, but there doesn't seem to be any anywhere at the minute. So hopefully this filefish does what he's supposed to do and doesn't go for the scolly again. A quick one today, but nonetheless an important one, maintenance. So that's how I recovered. There's no issues in there. The corals are still looking happy, of what's left anyway. I think the next thing for us in this tank, like I said, is the lights and get some coral in, which we will do in some future videos. But I hope you found it useful, if not entertaining. And yeah, thanks for watching. Remember, plenty more sea in the fish.